Oh yeah, it moved us down 3 tracks, but yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Here
we are. So, do you guys think North did that painting?
Yes.
You know what? I actually do.
I think she did too.
I'm really proud of her, honestly. At first I saw it and I thought it was a joke, and then I saw a picture of her holding it, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy! She did that." Yeah. And then a lot of people didn't believe her.
How old is she? Like 6?
Oh. 7.
Oh,
but dude, just imagine you're around Kanye since being born. Like,
yeah,
like come on, bro.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, that's a really nice painting. Like, it was a really nice painting. It's not like. Yeah. It's not like when we were in school, like in middle school, and we did something that was like kind of sick, so they put it up in the hallway. That's like some shit she's gonna sell. Someone's gonna sell that.
Oh, it's already bought.
Oh, somebody already bought it.
Dude. It has to be.
I guarantee somebody's gonna buy it for like $6,000.
Has to be.
It looked like a sponge though. Like she was like, you know,
the trees.
Yeah, the sponge brush.
The trees.
Yeah.
Well, it's very detailed.
That's what got me.
It was from Wyoming for sure. It looked like Wyoming, so. Yeah. A lot of time out in the mountains and whatnot. I'm happy about it. Yeah. I don't know if she's gonna be a painter though. I don't know if that's the deal. She doesn't
do whatever she wants.
I mean, that's why Kanye went to college,
right?
Because he went for art.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I didn't know he went for like painting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And video game art, all that.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for
her. It's already in her blood. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
No, Alex texted me though. Santino Jones texted me.
What's up?
And he said, craziest question I've ever gotten in my life. Yo, what's your favorite Ye line? I was like, oh, because he didn't say bar. Because I probably got some bars.
Nah,
like,
it's a line.
He got lines.
It's a line.
Like one line. I think I gave you a couple from Gorgeous.
I gave you one from, what was it? Jesus Walks.
Yes.
And then from the Diamonds remix.
Yes. You write your own rhymes, sort of. I thank him.
Y'all eat pieces of shit.
Yeah.
That's my top 2.
What's your favorite Ye line?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's hard. I had to Google because I was like, that's a lot.
You had a good one though. You had a good one. What's a Black Beetle anyway? A fucking roach, bro.
I guess that's why they got me sitting there.
Fucking coach. It's not funny in here. Try different jokes.
Man.
I honestly can't think of a single one. I've never had anybody ask me what my favorite line by an artist is, though. That's tough.
Yeah.
But, well, maybe it's because, I don't know. I don't know why. I literally can't even think of a Kanye bar right now that's like like all the Kanye bars I can think of are like, nasty. Fuck you hard on the sink. After that, give you something to drink. Yeah, that great line. Yeah. That's a great line.
What was that line? Hold up.
I don't even know the line. He said, fuck this model.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Did I get bleach on my t-shirt? I'm being an asshole.
Yeah.
If I got high when I met her.
Hey.
She was down in Tribeca.
She got under your skin if you let her.
She get under your skin if you...
That's the best.
That's my favorite. Yeah. That's his best album.
I don't know. He was doing that Michael Jackson.
I don't know if that's a common consensus, but...
Pablo?
That's my favorite. No,
that
was Pablo.
Yeah.
It was.
What'd you think it was, Yeezus?
Yeah, I was going to say Yeezus for sure. But I forgot how good Pablo was in hindsight. Because when it came out, it was dope. I listened to it and I liked it. But it didn't like... It wasn't like, I'm going to bang this in my car everywhere I go like how Yeezus was.
Pablo's like a shuffle me album to me.
Yeah, it is.
You can shuffle that shit any way you want and it's dope.
It is.
You know?
What? You want me to wiggle it?
Yeah, fix that.
Yeah, I wiggle in it.
Yeah, wiggle. I can't hear shit. But
I can't hear it either. It's definitely recording though.
You can hear me though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's recording. It's definitely recording.
Yeah,
okay.
keep talking.
Technical difficulties.
Yo.
Oh, it's definitely
yes.
It moved a little
working.
bit and it ain't working for me.
Right.
But I can hear y'all.
It ain't working for me.
Hey, either way, this is what happens when you do DIY podcasting.
Yeah.
You get candles on the table and shit. I'm gonna be really careful. So it's not. Oh, it's not even on top of it. I thought it was on top of the wire.
But yeah, that was a great question, man. And yeah, it took me a while. Because Kanye really is, even though he has ghostwriters, okay? We know this.
Partisan Fontaine wrote that whole Violent Crimes.
But I feel like even when they're ghostwriting for him, I feel like he is, like, that's what ghostwriters do. They write for the artist in their voice. But I just feel like no one does it
like Kanye.
like Kanye.
Yeah.
He gets the best ghostwriters.
I didn't know Kanye had ghosts. Well, I guess I did know that because of Sci-Hi the Prince.
And
that
Lupe.
whole thing.
Lupe wrote Black
But
Skin.
I guess
right?
sometimes he does it different ways. Sometimes he's sitting around freestyling.
Yeah.
And people put in a line or
They're
they're
like,
like,
yo,
say that instead of this. Other times he do be having people, do a hook, start this verse, give me a flow for the song, shit like that.
Does he get away with that because he makes most of his beats?
Yes, he gets away with that because he's a producer.
Yeah, they'll never let Drake get away with that.
Yeah,
no,
never. And he's done it probably
Drake's
more,
not a producer,
if not just as many times as he did. You're right, he's not.
Yeah,
Do you think this is his biggest downfall?
Who? What? Drake?
No.
Drake not being a producer.
No.
Like if there's anything that goes against Drake, what is it then?
His son, probably.
His son.
His son.
His biggest downfall was his son.
Well, the way he handled that whole thing. And his beef with Pusha T.
I guess I'll say the downfall would be like the ghostwriting, but not for me, because I still see him as like top 10 rappers of all time.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned the child situation, because I was thinking of like facets of how he makes music, but that really was one of the most influential Drake moments that happened throughout his life.
Bro,
like that was the biggest fucking deal when it happened, and it seems like it happened yesterday.
Dude, that and the flog-gnaw when they booed him off stage.
That shit was hilarious to me.
Forgot about that.
Very funny.
Like,
that's hilarious.
Forgot about that. I mean, they thought it was Frank.
Yeah, that's one thing.
They thought it would be.
Well, it's also funny to me that Drake, like, his whole reaction to the whole thing was just kind of like he was like, up there, and then he was looking around.
Y'all want me to go?
And then he said that he took his earbud off because he wanted to like hear what people were saying, because he was like listening to himself, and he listened for a second, and he's like, all right, and then he just like walks off.
Y'all want to hear more? Y'all want me to go? He was expecting the opposite.
And they were like, boo, fuck you, you suck, you're not Frank. And he took it like a champ, though. He was very positive about the situation. He didn't talk a bunch of shit about Tyler. Mm-hmm. He actually thanked Tyler for inviting him even afterwards, and Tyler thanked him.
Tyler was mad.
Tyler was mad at the fans.
Yeah.
He was like, that's cancel culture. Y'all fucked up with that shit.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
If I was there, bro, I mean, I would have loved it, but I understand, man.
They would have been, everybody around you would have been like, no, fuck him.
Right.
Well, that's just not Drake's demographic. Like, you're in California.
Exactly.
They would have went wild for ASAP.
That's
or
what
Frank.
Tyler said, but I kind of disagree with that.
Well, do you think that it was a majority of...
No, okay. I feel like everyone is Drake's demographic.
Yeah, but there are pockets, though.
But it was just the whole context of having the blank name, and it's happened before. I think Frank was a blank name one of the first times.
Word.
And he came out.
Word.
So people, it was just expectations. It was like he just came out with that album that year or whatever, or a single or something.
The DHL drop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they haven't seen Tyler and Frank on the stage for a minute. So I would, they're expecting other shit.
That's real.
I feel like if I went
if that was a different place, though, or if Drake was even on the bill, it would have been great.
I would have had the same reaction. If I wouldn't be booing, but I would be confused if I went to Camp Flog Gnaw and Drake was the surprise artist. Like, I don't know if I would be ready for that, but if I went to like
Yams Day,
any other show and that happened, I would have been hyped.
What you want, Khalees?
what? Yeah.
Bro, I'd be going crazy if Khalees came out. I don't give a shit.
Or even if like it would make more sense
if Pharrell came out.
Yes,
that would have been
happens.
Crazy. Yeah.
Right.
And like I think one of the years
they did it. The year
before. NERD was the.
I think that was that year or the year before.
That was the year before.
And that obviously everybody went nuts, but it definitely comes down to like expectations and like tone.
Yeah.
For like shit, but I mean, in a lot of ways, I don't think that Tyler is anything like Drake now, but I feel like his scope is just as overreaching, like because of how diverse his music is now versus like how niche it was when he started.
Yeah,
think
he
like how
out.
niche Tyler was when he started making music. He was fucking gratuitous. One of the most gratuitous rappers of our generation.
Yo, today's 10 years from Yonkers too.
That's
10 years
crazy.
today.
That's nuts. That was 10 years ago?
Today, yeah.
Yikes, we're getting old. That's crazy.
Nah, bro, we're young. It's just started. It's just started.
How old are
bro.
you?
I'm turning 24 in 2 days.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
24.
Yeah.
I remember turning 24.
Yeah, I don't think I'm young anymore. I'm 24. I just turned 24, but
Bro, no, I'm telling you, it's just starting, bro. It's
I feel
just
good about
starting
my career technically at 25.
Yeah.
Like I'm 25 now and I'm like on track. I'm not on the, I'm not running up the yellow brick road, but like I'm kind of on track. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, I'm fucking with it. You're good.
I was fucking with it too. We were both fucking with the microphone.
I just can't hear me. It is what it is, bro.
I can hear you just fine.
For sure.
Not through the
That's
microphone.
all that matters.
But it is recording. It's going to be really, really annoying if we go back and look at this and we're like, oh, great, Alex's voice was recording the whole time.
Well, just go down the thing. Let's see if it's...
Well, yeah, I tried to do that.
As long as he's projecting.
Oh, dude, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. That's my fault.
How are you dumb?
I didn't do it right.
What do you mean?
I was trying to pull it over to look at it, and I did it wrong.
Is it still recording?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's at like 10 minutes now or something like that. But yeah, that is why, see, like if I did that, it would be...
Dude, but we're good. We got proof.
Yeah.
Like, it's straight.
What have you been working on, man?
Oh, dude, I brought a whole pack for you guys today.
Oh, yeah?
I brought a whole pack.
I got tracks.
A pack of tracks. I got a whole pack. I don't know if we can put it in here. All right, let's do it.
We can do an exclusive.
Let's do it
after the thing.
Okay,
We'll drop it.
we'll put it in. Okay, for sure. I got 4 big things I'm doing right now. I got Alepe, which is Felipe and I's duo project, right? I got a solo project coming out July 2nd. I got Purple Lemurs. We're back. And I'm doing beats on the side.
Okay.
People just hit me up and shit. So
You back chopping?
bro.
Oh, man.
Bro, and I'm just chopping the homies. I'm just having the homies sample. I'm chopping that, and then we're making beats out of that. Then there's no, I don't have to worry about, whatever.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. July 2nd, huh?
July 2nd. First half of this year, preparation. Literally second half, second day, second half, we go.
Would you say you have an official album? Like, have you, or were those mixtapes?
No, I wouldn't. No,
What would you call? Yeah.
I would just call those mixtapes.
Okay.
I call those amateur projects.
Okay.
You know?
So you feeling this one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Has the production, I wouldn't say value, but level of your production enhanced over the years? And I'm not talking about your beats. I'm literally talking about you going to a studio and recording versus like doing the type of shit that we would do in the house when everybody had started. Like, are you now kind of like seeing the end of the like the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak? Like not in a death way, but like, we're on track now. We're actually going to the big studios and getting the right work done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just quality at all costs at this point. You know, like it's quality to the point where today I spent $400 on running gear so I can run in the wintertime so my voice is right. You know what I'm saying? That's outside the studio. That's every aspect of every day you eat, sleep, breathe this shit. Like, this is the only way we are even going to make a fucking dent in what we really want to do. Because we've been really wanting to do this since we were 14 in that basement, you know? With that little ass mixer and that one audio interface and that blue microphone.
Sonus.
You know? Like, that's
that audio one.
Audio. Yeah, what the fuck is
The
that?
the pre-Sonus.
Yeah.
The audio box. It was the audio box.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years since that, you know? And yeah, dude, definitely. Like, I'm only in the studio. I'm only working with people who know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm willing to admit that sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you know? Because it's definitely a lot of shit I don't know.
Well, that's like half of the battle, I feel like, is finding,
Collaborators.
Your strengths and weaknesses, and then understanding that your weaknesses can be solved by collaborating with people who know what they're doing.
And just help, bro. You know? And just help, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Who are some of your current collaborators for this next project? Who are some people that helped you along the way?
Ardia, number one. Sam Peters. That's my roommate. That's like my brother. Like, he's in the studio for every song that we make. Like, a lot of his shit is like I love this parallel, but I hate this parallel. Like Kanye, Mike Dean. You know, like that's what I think of.
He's in the studio like anytime.
That's his full-time job. That's his full-time job. You know, sick. Don Bolter, he's there a lot. He's just playing guitar. Mike Anyanga, always. You know, just the homie. Dirty Durs, Andy Santa Maria. Dirt. Emma Wyman pulls up. Shy Lee, you know. Shy Lee, I don't know how to pronounce that. But Lindsay, the homie Lindsay Friedman. Shaylee. Oh, fuck. I fucked her name up. She gonna hear this and be like, fuck. And then, you know, like, In Kind, of course, bro. Danny,
Shout out.
Saint Panther,
Shout
of
out.
course. You know, Jonathan Lynx.
Fire.
Let's Pilot MFX slash bro, what was his old name, bro? I already forgot it.
Nagoya Quartet.
Nagoya Quartet, man. How did I forget that, bro? Yeah, it goes on and on, but that's definitely the core. And y'all,
Now, yeah.
the hell?
Now, where, I guess not where. What, like, have you over the years since your like other tapes? Like, where have you grown the most? Do you think it can be whether personally or musically?
Just the art of letting go. Like, man, I went through the ringer like a couple weeks ago. Just like I was at work and my boss, bro, he's like this dude. Like, shout out Martinis and Rich Munda. Like, he's like this dude who will like see through you and then like be like, if you want to look, like take a look, but it ain't gonna be fun. It's like when Frodo looks in that reflecting pool and it's like, what the hell? You know exactly, bro. I was like, dude. I forgot what I said to him, but he was like, "Man, you're a bitch," and I was like, "What?"
What, your boss?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
hell.
like, he was like, "You're a bitch, bro," and I was like, "Wow, bro." He's like,
Wow.
he was, dude, he was just like, "Bro, I don't get why like you're so focused on like the next best thing, on like what's gonna be perfect next, like the grass might be greener on the other side." You know, I was so focused on that grass. On the other side of the fence that I would never like acquaint myself with what is in front of me right now, you know? And that's like a scapegoat thing. That's like a mental thing. So I don't really ever have to look at my own reflection. So now it's like, all right, ground yourself, dog. Embrace the unknown. Embrace the energy of being lost because you ain't never gonna find shit until you admit that you lost shit.
We were just talking about something similar the last podcast, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's truth.
You would say, like, what I'm hearing was there was some, like,
Death.
perfectionism
Oh,
going on.
toxic perfectionism. Toxic, bro. Killing me every day. And not even just in the aspect of music, just everywhere in my life. Just being like, I got to cut people off. I got to do this. I got to do that. You know, because it's just going to be better when it's not like this. It's just going to be better when it's different. And it's like, when is it actually better? When, you know?
Well, I think the big truth that you're like literally I can relate to is like when you're trying to chase something that we've never seen, but you know we've seen other people do it,
Exactly.
and celebrities and like artists who've like achieved the certain milestone that we're all trying to reach. You like miss all of the process that goes into that, and no one ever can illustrate that process. It's impossible to
Because it's
illustrate
different for each person.
Exactly.
It's only learned through experience. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's cool, man. That you're kind of like honed in and
I'm
focused
feeling that
more
way.
so than stressed, not tripping out over, perfection and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, dude, like from what I've seen from like the people that we know and people who are artists and like dedicate as much time as you do to music, the best shit always comes out of spur of the moment, like epiphanies or, literally just musical discoveries that wouldn't have happened if you were only focused on one facet that you needed to perfect.
Right.
And being able to take in all that other stuff is, helps you grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, like those little moments and accepting them and like embracing them are what made me feel more confident into stuff that I did.
Agreed.
Whether it be video or music or anything like that, like being able to like kind of smell the roses through all the tedious shit that went into it kind of, produced a whole nother, what's the term? Like sensation, I guess. Like being able to take pride in that and then being done or not being done, but like rapping a song or like, getting to a point where you're really happy with it. You look back on all those little moments and you're like, oh shit, like this is good because of that. Not just because it was spur of the moment.
So I don't know if it's totally gone the perfection, you know what I'm saying? The perfectionism.
Perfectionism.
Is that a word?
Perfection.
Am I making up shit?
Were you saying professionalism or
Yeah.
I thought you said professionalism for a second.
I said like being a perfectionist.
Right.
Perfectionism, but we can make up our own words. Everyone's gonna feel what we mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. I don't know if you took it profession. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're like since you're saying that is a little bit gone,
Yeah.
How is the process now? Like the music process? How do you know when stuff is done?
Word.
Do you like let it sit? Do you come back to it later? Like,
For sure.
what's your process like now?
Well, it's funny you asked that because I'm kind of working through the duality of both mentalities being possible. With the Alepe project with Felipe and I, is like it's very conceptual. Like we're writing like a whole script for that. We're like mapping out the songs like 1 through 7. You know, like this is how the character is going to develop, and then how he's going to get, you know, to that end point in that album. And then in the solo project, it's just blind. Like I literally go in the studio and it's like whatever pops out, you know, because that way I can grow in a way.
The time as well, like this is
exactly
where I was 2021 July 2nd or before,
right?
A couple months before,
right? Just even recording that is like so important, you know. So that solo project is definitely my like meditation on growing in that way where it's not perfectionism all the time. Like
I've been trying to get to that way. I'm still kind of a perfectionist, but I've been trying to focus on making projects that are like time capsules.
Yeah.
Not so much I'm being perfect. I want to like look back in like 20 years and be like, okay, I know exactly
where I was.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And even though I don't like it like that today, I understand. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Music has that power. It's crazy. It sends you back in time. Like it's not like reading a book or like watching a movie, because like I feel like it's something different about like when you hear something and you remember what you saw that day.
Yeah.
You know. It's different. Like you don't watch a movie and you're like, oh, I remember I was hearing some fucking car outside. You know, like it's not the same. So
did you find, like, especially after, you know, you look back on certain moments when you listen to songs, when you found that like not focusing so much on one facet and not being such a perfectionist, do you see like those songs, do they take more or less time to make? Like, do you, because I mean I've known people who literally take months to finish one song, and other people who would take literally a day to 2 days,
right? Or 50 minutes,
like nothing. Like it would be nothing. So in your growth, did you find that you felt safer taking your time to do like a song over the course of a month, or do you feel safer in that, okay, I have to cut myself off at this point because if I don't, we're just going to keep going in circles and this might not be what I had initially sought out to make it?
Right. I feel safer in just the idea that each song is going to have its own lifespan, and accepting that some are going to take months and some are going to take seconds. Right. You know, because I feel like songs are just reflections of things we go through. Like I can make a song about just going out for a night, and that's going to take me 3 hours because like that emotion's really quick for us, you know. But I can make a song about grief, and that could take me 4 or 5 months because you really, that's how long that process takes. You know, I feel like it's just a huge reflection of feelings that we experience, long and short.
Do you feel that you know a tone for a project before or after you've recorded? So like you might have like obviously,
both.
Well, actually I don't know this. So like when you're putting together an album, because I just want to know your like your process.
Right.
If you're creating an album, are you thinking, okay, it's going to be this many songs and we got to cover these bases on these songs, or are you churning out and making things and then outlining it afterwards?
See, both.
Okay.
Both. Because like I said, with the Alepe project with Felipe and I, that's that first one you mentioned. We did 7 songs. We created bullet points for each song about how this character grows into the last song. And then this other solo shit that I don't even have a title for yet. And I might just be on some twig shit, you know, LP1, whatever the fuck. You know, I'm just making songs. And I'm just like, all right, if I can have 3-4 songs by July that are quality, those are going to make it. But that might be out of a pool of 15, you know?
And you would you go into that thinking like, let's say after you've recorded 15, let's say 30 songs.
Right.
And you're not, you maybe you'll pick 20, maybe you'll pick 10. Do you try to formulate a tone through that collection of music, or do you kind of try to make it go up and down? Are you thinking about approaching it from like one perspective, or is this next solo project going to be something that goes up and down? Are we dealing with grief? Are we laughing? And then are we dealing with loss? And then are we healing? Or is it a full cohesive feeling the entire time?
I have no idea.
That's amazing.
July 2nd.
That's good.
I have no idea.
Stay tuned.
That's a great answer.
July.
to
I
that.
do have a
No, yeah,
working
that's-
title, but other than that, it's
Uh-huh.
it's just us.
I feel
think
like
that's
when
the
it's,
working title.
when it's usually that way, picking out of 30 or 20 songs, you usually find the theme with the song, even if they don't match.
Right.
It's something about the 4 or 5 you pick. You can hear it.
It just does it. It's just a
something,
feeling. It's just a
right.
feeling. Like
Yeah.
that's that. It's just a feeling.
Does picking more songs, and this is for both of you, does picking more songs for a project, do you feel that broadens your tone and can make it kind of more of like this arching experience?
See, I have
I
never
don't know.
recorded a lot of songs at a time to do a project.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to do like my first official, so I'm like putting a set. I already got the cover. I already got like the
Right.
4 beats I'm gonna do.
Right.
Like, it's just a matter of time. But there is a flip side to that because it's kind of I'm not doing that well with that. Next time I do need to record a lot and just pick, so I can just get the what I'm saying. I can just hear it fresh again.
Right.
But
What was the question?
Well, it's just what, like, is it easier for you to pick from a lot of songs to establish a tone, or is it easier to kind of like narrow it down and make it one specific thing?
I think you could go both ways.
Right.
And I'm sorry for being so aloof on all your questions.
No, because I feel like you have answers for both.
You know, I feel like, look at Smino, right? He has an 18-track album, and they all bang, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But look at Amalu. We really only like 8 of her songs, and she's one of our favorites.
Yeah,
She has a 3-track project and a 5-track project, and we can't wait for the next one.
exactly.
So, like, it all depends. And for me, it's just like the first one you like, stop thinking after that. You know, like, I feel like it's going to take you 5 minutes after you made 20 songs to pick the ones you like. And if you have to think about the other ones, they're not it.
right.
They don't make the cut. You know, like, even the pack I made for you guys today, I was like, I really only want to show them like 4. You know, I got about 20, but I want to show y'all 4. You know,
Nice.
so
doing as much as you do, because you're one of the lifers, you literally dedicated your life and your philosophy and everything to like producing music and like art and like being like true to it.
yeah.
Do you? That was big. That was a mouthful to the point where I almost kind of forgot the question I was going to ask. How do you? Now I remember. How do you balance real life? Like, because that's literally the biggest kind of like conflict, is literally having to like be taken out of your dream. Like, you're sleeping when you're doing it, you're sleeping, you're in your mind space, but then having to be taken out of it. Like, like, how has that been for you, and how has your involvement and being able to like dive in helped that?
Yeah, that is real life for
Yeah,
me.
I was about to say, what do you
Like,
mean by the dream?
No, but I see what you're saying, because like
Work.
like from an outside perspective, like from a lot of people, it's like, oh, that's not real. Like, you're like, I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm saying I get that a lot from people. You know, like, I don't think that that's legitimate. I don't think that that's, you know, something that I could consider work, but like, that is real life. You know, that is.
I'm talking about the shitty things.
You're talking about just like having a 9 to 5 and shit.
Or like your mom's hitting you up to come do this thing, so you got to go do that.
Right, just
and
day to
you
day,
have a
or like going to the
relationship.
pharmacy and having to pick up like your prescription and shit like that. Like,
I guess just more like the things that take time away from it. Like,
Right.
how do you balance like you having to do things that you don't want to do
Yeah.
generally, but then still being able to dedicate as much time as you do?
well,
to
in a way, that's like the rendering process almost. It's like the enriching period. You know, like today, like I've been cleaning my grandparents' house twice a week for like the last like couple months since COVID hit. You know, because like they had to get rid of the cleaning lady, and I was kind of the only one who like had time in his schedule or whatever. You know, but when I go over there and clean and like really get in my zone, like ideas come to me, like shit like that I don't think of, because sometimes like you stare at the screen so long, you're like, oh, I just want to think of something, and then like once you let it go, you know, there comes back to that letting go theme we're talking about. You know, like I just got in that motion of cleaning, of doing whatever, you know, and then when I was there today, I had ideas for music, just being there, just doing shit, just doing regular life shit, because that regular life shit, Man, you know I got a quote her.
Music comes
And you know I got a quote her. That's reality. Like, it's Lauren. She said, fantasy is what people want. Reality is what we need. In our fantasy, yeah, we want to be in the studio 24/7, have millions of dollars and order pizzas and smoke weed and shit all day. But that's not real life, bro. That's not what other people are going through. If we don't go through what other people go through, we won't be able to make the art that is going to reach other people's hearts and our own, because that's our life experience too.
Yeah, it's not like that fantasy is not a reflection of real life.
No,
it's
not.
kind of like this thing that people think they have to chase, like that status and being in a place where all I have to do is literally get up, go to the studio, some girls will come over, dealer will come over, order some food, do this all day. Like the only motherfuckers who are in that position have had. You said what?
Usually sign the labels. That sounds like a
right.
Well, yeah, but
exactly. Because the independent person's still putting.
Right.
Yeah.
Progressing artists aren't at that point yet, though.
No, yeah, they won't be until
Exactly.
a label signs them and they're on the contract. But yeah, the independent route, you have to live life.
You have to,
Like,
but then
there's
your music's so much more authentic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I don't think independent artists have the time unless you're freaking like trust fund baby to even sit in the studio all day.
Shoot. For
But
real.
I haven't met anybody, even in
You
school, that was in that position. Like,
You won't.
I'm sure there are people like that. Like, I mean, in just
They're in the studio, you won't meet them.
yeah, you'll never see them. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're in the studio. Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but like, look at Billie Eilish. Like, that's she was homeschooled and has been making music since she was like 8.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus
Zoe Kravitz.
brought up into it.
Jaden Willow Smith.
Yo, shout out to Phineas and Billy, bro. For real, bro.
Yeah.
They out there out the bedroom, bro. I don't even like their music, but they making that shit. I can't lie.
I've never listened to any of his.
He produces everything.
Does he have like solo music?
Yes, he does.
So he sings too on his stuff, or is it like?
I haven't listened to him, but he does have
Is
solo.
it? Oh, you haven't listened to him?
No.
I've never. I
But no, his beats are banging. Shout out Phineas.
I like Billie Eilish. I don't know if I have listened to anything from Billie Eilish though in like a whole year now that I think about it.
She hasn't had anything.
Nothing out
But
yet.
the album, yeah.
I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of music out in general.
Yeah, January and February, there's been no music really.
It's kind of
Which is pretty
disappointing.
sad.
Something about to
I
drop.
mean,
that
the labels are still closed down, man.
what's dropping? That Judas Black Messiah soundtrack dropping this Friday.
Okay.
Is that the fucking soundtrack everybody's talking about where
Yeah.
they've just been posting the track
Yeah.
list?
Yeah.
Is it all new songs?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all new
and
songs.
I'm pissed because I literally saw the track list, but nobody said what movie it was.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the artist and I'm like, wow, this is going to be really good. Like, I wonder what movie this is for. And I literally like Googled like 30 different search results to try and figure out what it was, and I couldn't figure it out. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Hopefully.
Nas, EPM, or the song is
EPMD,
but Nas has a song on there.
Rakim.
he just released
Rakim has
that.
the bonus.
Rakim,
Yeah. Smino, Saba.
Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah. Jay-Z.
pretty
Nipsey Hussle
Man.
got a track too.
Speaking of Jay-Z, he got this unreleased song with Nipsey, bro.
Yeah, that's popping
on
off on
there?
that. Yeah, it's coming up
Oh
on that.
my! LeBron played a snippet on his fucking
Oh
Instagram
god.
last night.
Oh, it's because
my
it's LeBron produced
God.
it, right?
Oh
Judas
my
and the Black Messiah?
god,
The movie?
Yeah, his
I
like
believe it.
his production company did
Oh.
it. Yeah.
bro! When y'all hear this J verse,
Shit
it's
crazy.
on the internet somewhere right now. Just the clip.
One of his hardest verses.
Nipsey, bro.
Yeah.
It's the hardest.
That shit's dope. Did y'all ever listen to Nipsey
No,
that much when we were in high school?
I didn't.
No.
I'll admit I didn't. Like,
I just actually heard my first full album by him on a road trip this summer.
which one?
I want to say the Marathon.
The OG.
Yeah, I want to say the Marathon. The one that he like sold for like 10,000. Copy.
Is that with the flag on the front where he like got his arms
It's
crossed?
the one Jay-Z bought like 10 copies of for 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Marathon Continues? Or Victory Lap?
Oh, that was his
It was
album.
a mixtape, so I think it's Marathon.
It
I
maybe
don't
is the
know.
Marathon. I remember listening.
It's the one he just sold out of his store.
He rapped on the MGMT beat on that one. The that one with the flutes.
What's
That
that? Is
MGMT
that?
beat. That's like
What, Electric Feel?
Electric Feel.
Oh.
Like an electric
Yeah.
feel. That one. He rapped on that beat.
I didn't know he rapped over that. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, he went nuts. I remember a lot of people who lived like West Side, like near the high school, like right around the corner of the high school. A lot of those guys would always listen to him, and I never really knew about him until listening to like Dom Kennedy and like all the other West Coast like underground, like the people were popping when we were in high school. And then I guess this last album was the first. That's the one that he was nominated for.
Is it Victory Lap 2?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. That dude, it's just crazy how much influence that dude had from like an underground perspective to lead
but he was
into
still mainstream.
his 5 years and become that.
Underground,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that you don't hear about shit like that.
Like he literally flip flop. He would go underground for an album and then be still the mainstream guy he is.
Yeah.
But sell a fucking tape for $10,000 and only have 100 copies. Like that's genius.
That's $1 million.
He had some of the best.
When he was already
features.
signed.
Some great features. Remember Rocky Fresh?
No.
Bro. Like,
Me and Alex remember Rocky Fresh.
Oh man, straight body. My new flows remind me of 12 gauge shotties. Yeah, that shit. That was Casey Veggies. Remember Casey Veggies?
Yes.
Customized Greatly 3?
Bro. They had some good stuff. The underground hip hop scene was
I did not like most of that stuff in high school.
Well, it's just crazy. Think about how, like, if you think of, like, all the decades of music or whatever, and, like, the early 2000s were very much, like, ran by Kanye and Jay-Z, and, like...
No, I say late 2000s. I think early 2000s, it was, like...
50 Cent, Game.
50 Cent, but it was also just, like, hip-hop was, like...
T.I.
Weird. It was, like, poppy, you know? Like...
Lil Jon was
what would you call today?
Today?
Yeah.
Bro, hip hop is saturated as hell. That's what I say today. Yeah. I say it's saturated as fuck.
Yeah.
That SoundCloud. We got a lot of people making music now. Easy peasy.
What happened to rock and roll when rock and roll got, you know, like 80s, like AC/DC when that shit got played out?
Ever die though?
I think it's just gonna evolve like everything else.
I feel like it's gonna be the oldest genre.
Because it's not really a genre.
At the end of the day.
It's like a folk art. You know, it's a combination. Yeah.
Rock and roll used to be a lifestyle. Isn't that funny? Dudes with huge hair and like
punk,
dude, for real.
What's it called? Like leashes. Mm-hmm. Like they're wearing like collars and shit. Like leather and shit. That was really cool.
If you think about eras though, like the era of hip hop is like longer than any of that shit. It's been alive for 35 years. Mm-hmm. You know,
and will forever. I like tweeted something about this. I was arguing with somebody. Somebody said like hip hop has never evolved, or like hasn't evolved right, or blah blah blah. And I literally I guess nobody understood it when I tweeted it because somebody asked like, "What the fuck did you mean by that?" But I was like, hip hop is the only avant-garde music that's popular,
right?
And that is the only that has been popular. Punk wasn't mainstream.
Punk was for the underground,
avant-garde, right? Yeah. But like. Hip hop, you can put on 3 separate songs, and they'll all sound. You can put 3 different songs on that released this year, and they'll all sound like
different shit.
Totally doesn't even sound like the same genre.
Nope.
Because we sample from everywhere.
Yeah.
We take influence. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna stay forever.
I feel like there are a lot of contemporary branches to hip hop too that people like might not be the most popular, but have like these huge followings. Mm-hmm. Like behind the scenes. I keep saying behind the scenes, but I mean like literally like you don't hear, you know, Currency on the radio all the time, but he's literally one of the biggest like underground artists to ever exist.
Yeah, he's
the underground's always been holding down, bro.
That's where it started.
Always been saturated. We had freaking.
That's a fact too.
Fucking Run DMC, all respect, doing songs for Aerosmith, pop as fuck.
Yeah,
but there was always, you know, a Big Daddy Kane or a freaking. Tribe, or you know, a KRS-One,
MF Doom.
You've been playing a lot of him. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
I've been playing a lot of
KRS-One.
I'm even naming my like the project after he has an album called Ghetto Music, the Blueprint for hip hop, which that's Jay-Z took like the blueprint
from that.
But I'm taking Ghetto Music.
Oof.
I love that title, and I was just when I saw that. I was just like, man, that's
it
my
just
favorite
hits
album
you.
right now. Ghetto Music, Blueprint, great album.
I have to do my research.
Great album,
for real.
He's a teacher, man.
He's so
a teacher.
He's so original too. Like for an artist who's been around. Well, I mean, been around. I guess is kind of a stretch, but like who made music as far ago as like the early '80s, basically. He sounds like he could be an artist today.
Oh yeah,
and it's not it's not gimmicky or aged or
and it's crazy
shitty.
when I was like listening back for the first time, because I'm just now getting into like Cool G rap and like Kane and Rakim and like finally listening to their albums, because like I was always I'm always influenced by them whether I like to know it or not, because like my favorite rappers, those were their favorite rappers, Cool G Rap and Rakim, and you know what I'm saying. But KRS, man, I don't even know what I was about to say about this, man. Oh, just when I listen back, you can hear stuff that you never knew was him. Like, I never knew that was him that did It's the Sound of the Police.
Oh, I never knew that either.
But it is. That's all
I never knew that either.
Yeah,
Shit.
Like, everybody knows KRS. Or, like, what's that fucking song off the first album? I forget. Oh, listen to my 9mm go bang! Wa-da-da-da, wa-da-da-da-da. That's it. Like, I was like, holy shit. I've known KRS my whole life, and I didn't know it was him.
I think we're getting to a point, though, it's kind of scary, where it's like, well, not scary, but it's interesting. Like, a lot of people who were coming up literally when we were in high school, maybe even when we were in college, like early 20s, people would say, like, you know, yeah, my biggest influences are like Ye and Jay-Z and like, you know, KRS-One, Currency, like people who've been around for a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally getting to a point where the biggest names are, you know, shouting out Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, I was just
shouting out Drake and saying that they're their influences, and it's like,
right.
They don't, like you said, their influences are exactly the same. They just don't even know it because they're not, you know, how far back are they really going to listen
and
to
I think there is a lack of like going back or homework. I think it's really because people see rap as
Pop
a
culture
check now, a stepping stone, more so than when you look at something as an art. You're gonna do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, okay, how did it get here?
Like Tierra Whack does her research.
I believe it.
Man, I can't wait for her next shit.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to give y'all my top 5 today.
Okay.
Just what you want, artists or rappers?
That was what I said, I think, too. Because it's different.
It is different. It's way different.
There's so much more to cover.
I don't want to get mad, so I'm gonna say artists. Because I don't know who you're gonna say you're talking about.
For rappers, artists, I gotta do it quick. I'm gonna think about it too much. Ye, Twigs, Andre, Lauren, Erica.
Andre in your top 5 rappers too.
Hell yeah.
So who are your top 5 favorite rappers? Because I feel like I knew those answers. Because those are people that you've always played.
Yeah.
I've always showed me their shit.
Right.
So like, because rappers, now I'm curious.
Top 5 rappers is 3 that go over. It's Ye, Andre, and Lauren. Kendrick. The 5th spot is so fucking hard, bro.
Bro, so Kendrick's in your top 5?
Hell yeah.
So we had a conversation the other day with somebody who basically was like, who were they arguing against? Because they said Kendrick is the best rapper. So
we were drunk. We were very drunk.
Yeah, well they were, but you might have been. I wasn't. I was annoyed with the conversation. But like we were talking about like Kendrick and Drake, 2 totally different artists, basically approaching rapping from 2 totally different perspectives.
Right.
Yeah. I basically said Kendrick's lineage comes from Eminem and Jay-Z.
There you go.
Drake's come from Jay-Z and like
R. Kelly or something.
Kanye or like you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're influenced by like some of the same people.
Yeah, you can definitely see the Kanye influence in Drake.
And the argument basically was, I love Kendrick, okay?
Yeah.
But I like Drake better. I'm more of a bar person.
That's fair.
I like
That's
bars,
a mentality.
I like quotables. I like wittiness. I like all of that.
Yeah.
And we were arguing. I basically was just like, Kendrick ain't got bars. Show me a bar right now. A bar.
I give you a whole song with a bunch of
that's
bars.
what exactly. And that's what he said.
Exactly.
But that's what he said as well. And I was like, that's not what I...
Kendrick's big picture. Drake is bar for bar.
And that's what we were trying to explain. That's what because the person we were arguing with was just like, no. Like, they just wouldn't agree with anything we were saying. But it was like, they both could be considered the greatest rappers, but for 2 different... Like, Kendrick is he's got the flow for days, and he
has
makes
stories.
He has
beautiful
concepts.
stories.
You ever heard a concept album from Drake?
Just Take Care seems like kind of a concept.
But
Yeah,
concept
but
doesn't,
I mean,
concept doesn't mean greater.
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm
I'm not saying it means greater,
Right.
but I'm saying like
A lot of thought doesn't mean something's better. That's where I've been. Cause I see people be like, they put all this blah blah blah. It's I didn't like Igor, even though it had a lot of thought and shit. Sometimes
I feel like
spur
execution
of the moment.
right, but I feel like you might only like spur of the moment because execution exists as well. Like if you put Butterfly versus Take Care, I'm taking Butterfly every day because that shit changes my life
As
every
an
time
album,
I listen to it.
Yes,
Of
course.
But it's singular.
Kendrick makes better albums.
Right.
Of course. That's
Like,
not even an argument.
Yeah.
But who raps better?
Kendrick.
Is the crazy
But
question.
and then that boils down to
Kendrick doesn't ghostwrite. He doesn't take ghostwriters.
That's a good.
But Drake, and I had to argue this. Drake, that whole ghostwriting thing, nobody ever wrote bars for Drake. They wrote a hook.
Nah, bro.
They wrote a hook. I heard the reference track. It was the hook, the 100
Bro,
band,
but that
50 band, 100.
that Hot 97 though, that Hot 97 freestyle, Drake did not write that, bro.
That's what Funk Flex is saying. I don't know. That's what they're saying now. Did you hear about this?
I thought the argument was that he did write a freestyle. Like it wasn't a freestyle. He wrote it.
Who doesn't write a freestyle?
Well, what Funk Flex said was that Drake rehearsed it without the phone. Without the phone, he rehearsed it
And then he put
behind the scenes.
phone in his hand
Then he
when
put
the
the phone in
camera
his
came
hand to
on.
make it look like that he wrote it.
Interesting.
That's what Flex was saying.
I mean, people do it all the time. It's
Now.
just a prop. To be like, I'm reading off this phone. I got my BlackBerry. Cause remember Drake's whole thing was he was the BlackBerry kid. He would walk around with the BlackBerry.
It's true. People were talking shit about
That's
it.
a fact. That's a fact.
Ice Cube.
That's a
He was
fact.
like, I'm not writing in a
Fuck that.
BlackBerry. I'm writing on a piece of paper.
See, exactly, and but okay, the Kendrick and Drake shit. I feel like it boils down to the same argument: Big versus Tupac. Big is a bar motherfucker,
There you go.
and people say Tupac is the best because his songs,
There you go.
his stories. I feel like it's literally the same thing, but
Oh, also No Name. That's my fifth. That's my fifth spot for
Oh.
sure.
Favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Man.
No one doesn't like No Name. No one has. She's radical, bro. She don't give a fuck if she famous.
Yeah.
Like
I can't get over that Andre. I don't understand the Andre thing.
that he's in the top
He
five.
be putting him. He was like in Billboard's top 5. I was like, what's going on? I don't understand it. I don't
He's pretty
know.
good at
Just
rapping.
for me, it's
But
just it's the cadences.
top 5?
For me, it's the cadences, the storytelling, and just the overall feeling. I pick rappers on feeling I get. I don't do it off like status and shit like that.
Mhm.
It's just the feeling I get. The feeling I get from Lauren, the feeling I get from Andre. I've never matched that with anybody else. I've never matched that with a Drake song consistently, and been like, I got to come back to this to see myself. That's all I base it off of.
Is Andre better when they're rapping as Outkast?
I've never spent time comparing.
That's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
Because
Yeah.
I would say it's debatable. Like you could say that some of his greatest verses are features. That aren't
That's why I was like, why
on
is he
Outkast.
in your top 5? Because he doesn't really have solo rap
shit.
songs. He probably has like 2, maybe 1 solo rap.
You would
song,
consider
straight up rap.
You would consider Love Below like solo?
How many? There's no rap songs on there.
There's a few.
There's rap verses.
But there are no rap songs.
Yeah.
I mean, you would consider Spread a rap song
No,
or Valentine's Day?
no. Those are songs.
That's interesting.
They have rap on them.
But they're not rap songs.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Are they R&B songs?
But
no, they're just.
But to me, in a way, that speaks to my point.
But
though.
he is hip
That's-
hop, so they could.
That's
be
what I'm
technically
saying.
rap
That's what I'm
songs.
saying. It speaks
He
to my
is
point, though.
hip-hop.
That's why he's one of my favorites, is because like he's on the fringe, but
Right.
he's still so fucking
Same
dope.
thing with CeeLo. CeeLo is one of my favorite. Like he's hip hop technically, but if you listen to it, it's like same hip hop group. But okay, Kendrick. We had a drunk argument, me and his roommate's brother.
It was funny because I knew where it was gonna go. 'Cause it's the same conversation.
I've had it.
He plays Money Trees every time he comes over.
Oh my
like,
God.
He literally is like, "Oh, you ready for the greatest song of all time?" And then he plays Money Trees every time. I know that song word for word, not because I listened to it since high school,
Because he plays
this
it every
guy
time.
plays it every time he comes over. It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's not his best song though.
It's not.
J-Rock has a way better
I
verse
think
on
his
that.
best song, Kendrick's best songs, are on each album. Like he literally gets better.
Yeah.
So like his best song, for me objectively, Fear.
It's a good song.
Fear. Like when I heard, like I get chills still.
Well, he
like,
said that was his favorite song he ever wrote.
I mean, you could tell, like, literally, if you go back to each album, his best song, that's what I feel about Drake, too. Drake's best song is on whichever new album has just came out. Somehow they get better. I don't understand. But yeah, when I heard Fear, goddamn, I'll beat your ass if you, bro. Come on, man. That whole shit.
So what's Drake's last great song? If every album he comes out with a great next great song, what was his last great song?
Ooh.
Excluding like the Leak album or whatever, the Dark Road demos or whatever. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, what was one before that again?
The other Leak,
Scorpion, right?
the care package of the old songs.
Oh yeah, but that's not
And
technically.
then
So
there
yeah,
were
it would have been
demos. Scorpion.
Yeah.
Best song.
I thought Is There More was pretty fucking dope.
So good.
Which one?
Is There More?
That exactly. Either that or I like That's How You Feel. I love his writing on that. Like I think that's his best writing for like a song, not a rap song. But rap, yes. Is there
Yeah.
more?
Yeah.
That beat is crazy,
nasty.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a rap song, but my favorite song that he put out last was Finesse. I love that song.
I was about to say Jaded.
Just good.
Jaded.
Just makes great R&B songs, dude. It's crazy.
But that's why I was asking
Exactly.
you, because on the new one that came out last year, the demos, Dark Lane demos.
Dark Lane demo.
That one with Chris Brown is his best song to date so far.
that?
It's called Not You Too. And literally, whoever did this song
I
is
remember
genius.
that
Because
one.
Chris Brown, I was like, I don't like Chris Brown. So when I turned, I was like, oh God. But they mixed his vocals so low. It's like he's just harmonizing with Drake. He's not even a feature really. It's one of the greatest songs.
I don't know
ever
why I
heard.
can't think of that song.
It's called Not You Too.
It's
Him and
called-
Chris
Alright.
Brown
it's
on the
called
Dark Knight.
Not You
thing?
Too. I'll play it after we're done.
Yeah, I don't remember that
It's
song.
genius.
The only one I can remember is the fucking. Oh my god, it was huge. It was the one. Fuck.
That I'm a
This is
sicker
so-
man, wicked man.
No,
That-
it was
the song cry?
yeah, I literally just want to know the name so I don't look like an idiot, but it was literally his, like, I guess you'd say his pop song on that. Not Tootsie Slide, the other one. That's
I don't know.
it's very catchy. It's literally like his catchy kind of go-to song.
Really?
It is called Time Flies.
I've never heard that.
I like that song a lot. That's a really
It's
good
him
song.
by himself?
It is him by himself.
I've never heard that.
And it's very good. But it's like it's just like a catchy, you know what I'm saying, rap song. Like he just makes the most catchy songs.
Mm.
Yeah, I heard a leak with him and Draco the Ruler today.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw you post that shit.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I was literally like, oh, like Draco the Ruler? And I was like, okay, because I like the Draco album that just came out.
Mhm.
And I listened to it not knowing it was a leak, like thinking it was going to be like on Spotify or some shit in the next hour. Bro, another song that should not have been leaked. Just like, what was the one? Vital?
He's sharing it with everyone. He needs to cut it out. But he might. People say he does it on purpose. Though.
Have you heard Vital?
No.
Bro, that's
Shit
crazy.
nasty.
It's like 2 minutes long. Oh my god. I don't know why we're only talking about Drake.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
that- yeah. Alex
Okay.
doesn't really love Drake, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think-
he's
yeah,
a
he's
huge
been
Drake
very-
fan.
He's been very like.
I don't hate Drake.
Not
I'm
in
just
his head,
like,
just like I'm not gonna talk shit, but sure, yeah.
shit,
okay.
I'm just learning things, you know, just learning things.
I'll send you the
Yeah, when I talk
the
about Drake,
Dropbox.
people are usually
Alright.
like, I didn't know he liked Drake so much. Cause I be, bro, Drake is, come on, man.
I mean, that's what's up, bro.
Top
Like,
5. And it's probably because I'm a Jay-Z fan and I see the
you see the lineage, yeah.
and I like the conversational flow. I like the talking with you, sitting down talking to you,
Right.
rapping type flows.
Right.
But yeah,
When do you think Jay-Z will stop rapping?
never.
Never.
You
I
hear?
don't think
Do you
he'll
hear
ever
his
stop.
voice?
Never.
He has the perfect rap voice.
Yeah.
He sounds like he did when he was 26 years old.
I think he'll be the oldest rapper. Like
He
he'll
will.
be 80,
He will.
and he'll still be able to get on a song.
Well, this
Yeah.
is the first time in history we've ever seen rappers from the 80s or 90s still have a career. That's how young it is.
It's crazy.
Like we're finally seeing,
That's
people-
crazy.
over 35.
Q-Tip has the
Like-
same voice. He has the same
Exact
voice.
same. Hasn't changed.
Yeah.
DMX got an album coming out.
Oof.
I'm excited about.
Not excited,
You're
but no. Santino Jones.
What's up?
We might end it in a second, but before we go,
Yeah.
any like words of wisdom on people? Let's say artists. They can be artists in anything, but just dealing with, let's say, writer's block. Let's say perfection.
Yeah.
Doubt.
Anxiety.
What
Shoot.
would you say to them? For the not the best way to get over it, because that's a process.
Yeah.
To make it go a little smoother, make recording go a little smoother, make what I'm saying.
The first part of that question was writing, right?
Yeah, writer's block.
I say read.
Okay.
You will get inspired. Like, think about it. Like, you wouldn't want to paint pictures unless you saw paintings. So respect other people's writing, because that's the only way that like you'll find your own voice, is that you'll resonate with certain things that you read.
Right. What have you been reading?
Secret Life of Bees, Sue Monk Kid, some of the most beautiful writing I've ever read in my entire life. The way she like just jumps from sentence to sentence and from like picture to picture and metaphor to simile, it's so beautiful. It's insane. I've never read writing like this ever. Also, this book called Writing Down the Bones, which is just a book about writing by Natalie Goldberg. It's like one of those, like, you flip to a chapter and read it, and then, like, you go about your day. Bulmer gave me that, and I've never let go. It's such a good book.
I was going to say, who's the guy that he had us read that was Walk in the Woods?
Bill Bryson.
Yeah,
I still have that, too.
His is a tough, like, it's a challenging read, because just to get through it, because it's, like, you really have to pay attention to, like, what he's saying, because he goes so far into detail. But, like, some of the most,
Was
like,
that the one you guys had to read over the summer?
Yeah, that I didn't read. Yeah.
I think so.
Green cover. I remember seeing.
It has the bear on it.
But I remember seeing people walking with that book. Like, I gotta read it this summer.
Yeah.
Mad as fuck. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I was pissed, too, and then I started reading it, and I was like, what the fuck is this book about? And then I kept going and going, and it really is just about a guy going on a
the
trip
Appalachian
through the
Trail. Yeah.
What was that? He had us read Siddhartha too.
Great.
Shout
My
outs-
favorite novel.
Crazy.
Shout outs to Bulmer
My
for
favorite novel.
getting us onto that. That was a big deal. That was
Herman
a big part
Hesse.
of just a belief. Literally, just not just religion or just spirituality, but like belief in like motive and reasoning and everything like that is one of like the most eye-opening
Amazing
things that I read.
Yeah, dude. On that tip, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
Okay.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
A
I'm
New
reading
Earth.
that next. Eckhart Tolle is like, he wrote that other book called The Power of Now that everyone like knows about. But this one, man, that shit'll blow your mind, bro. That shit'll blow your mind.
Nice.
Yeah. What was that second part of the question? Doubt.
Perfection.
Doubt perfection. Embrace the unknown. There's so much beauty in the unknown. There's so much beauty in not knowing what the next moment holds. Because if you just always got the next hour on your mind, you're never really where you are. And true art is only made when you're there in the studio. There. Not on your phone. Not like thinking about, what you're going to be doing next. Is when you're there and you're in it. You treat it like work. Treat it like a job. Like, don't be like, I'm going to just pull up and I'm just going to make some shit. No, you're going to pull up and you're going to make some fucking shit because you are there. Because I see it, bro. I be in the studio with, like, people who talk a lot, and I just see how you can cut through that shit, and then you set the tone, and everyone's like, all right, we working, and we really working. It's work. It's work on yourself. It's work. Last part of the question? I forgot it.
The perfection.
Same thing. Embrace it, and then, like, embrace the unknown, but know that, like, things can always change and be better, because it could be better, Look at Ye. He did a whole album after album, He did Pablo twice.
Yeah. Yeah. I have Louis,
Like,
both the mixes still.
Dude, I have the vinyl with the original.
Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great.
Bro, I just missed you guys. Like, a lot. Like, I really missed y'all, so I'm just happy I could be here.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
It was nice to have you. You haven't been in my house yet, have you?
It's my first time here.
Welcome to the humble abode. It was really nice talking to you about not just like music and like our fandom, but like hearing your process. Because you are you don't say things to say things. When you're saying things, you're explaining how you feel. It's not bullshit. So
Right.
to hear you do that over the boards and have, you know, a lot of insight about like how you go about your process, it was just more detail, just more insight. You know, you've never said the same thing twice, it seems like, too. I mean, when we were, I think it was like right when I got back from school,
Yeah.
you were in the same mode you were in, but like going over to you think, yeah, it was, what's that street right around the corner from here?
Oak Street?
I think so. It was the first place that you were at when
Yeah.
I came home. All those conversations that we had about like what you were trying to do and like what you were trying to tackle in your music, all those conversations have evolved since then. Like
Right.
everything, and it's very clear that like you are taking steps forward and like you are disciplining yourself, but at the same time you're like growing and
Right.
evolving your understanding of music, and it's just really cool because we've known each other since we were young.
Yeah,
We were
dude.
so young. So like just to see that and like, you know, post COVID, see that you're farther ahead than you were at that time, it just makes me happy that it has not broken you. This crazy world that we are in is
He
not.
can never be broken.
I'm happy to share with
clearly,
You're one of the strongest people I know, bro.
Oh man,
Seriously,
thanks
for real.
guys. Thank you.
For real. I mean, you got some muscles too, but you know what I'm saying? Seriously, man.
We got this pull-up bar in my crib, bro. I be doing 10 every time I go down the stairs. But anyways, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man. Can you preface these two tracks or 2 or 3 tracks?
Let's do it.
And we'll just drop it in at the end.
Yeah. So this first one is called "In the Woods" as a working title. It'll be off my next solo project. And this one's going to be called Patience. This will be off the Alepe project. My patience, that's why I became one of yours. Got part of me locked in the day shifts. banging his fist on the door. These people been testing my patience, that's why I became one of yours. Got part of me locked in the day shifts, banging his fist on the door. It probably starts at my father, putting his hands on my mama, giving her trauma. Why the umbilical fed me? She took a vow and said she would protect me. Took a red eye from the bay to this day. I still ain't had a conversation with the dude. That's like half of myself. I wonder if him and I would've been cool. Wonder if that's why I ain't been to school. Something about his genetics told me to forget it and hustle till my shit's the hottest on Reddit. I bet it's got something to do, with how I be beefing with my girl. She tell me that my ass don't be coming through. Monkey see, monkey do, and I never met him. That part of me stuck in the zoo. Yeah.
Nothing left to say, nothing left to do. Lost among my thoughts, and I've been needing you. I'll be good, I swear I'll be good. For my heart, I swear.
And then this last one is a beat that I'd like to have everybody cipher on. Right now it's just called beat number 6.
To hit you with a cipher, bro.
Oh, shoot, you already know.
All right, man. Thank you. Yo, you're welcome anytime to be on the show.
Appreciate that, man.
Or my living room.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right.